Hello, my name is Mars, and welcome back to Slay the Princess. I'm still going with this. Um, I'm gonna start a new playthrough and try to find five more princesses, and I think there are at least five other chapter threes that I haven't gotten yet. And let's go through this and try to make a plan of what to get. So let's see. Let's go through these chapter fives one by one. This one, you need more space. A narrow cave is no place to fight, and it's no place to stay forever. I believe this one branches off the adversary. So I guess as we fight her, we need to leave the cabin. This one is the Fury. I have seen her. This one is the one I think I want to do today. I think this one, like the Fury, also branches off the tower. One might resist the divine, but it is very hard to kill a god. There is no shame in failing. So I guess what that means is try to kill her and fail and die in the process. And I think I know how exactly we fail in that, but I won't spoil it if you haven't seen it. Alright, there's this one that we missed with the Spectre. So we should... I don't know if I'll go right back to that one right away, because we did already see the Spectre, and we saw most of the chapter 2 leading up to it. Maybe I'll, breeze through all of that and show that to you. But I think there are 6 chapter 3s that I haven't seen yet, so I don't know. I'll decide whether or not I'm going to show that one when we get to it. This one I think I misidentified before. I think this is not one of the Greys, this is the Wraith, who I have seen before twice. I've seen the Moment of Clarity. Alright, this one I believe also branches off the Beast. There are other ways to die to nature than to let it swallow you whole. So, die to the Beast in a way... Die to the Beast before she can eat you, basically. There's the Wild. Although I haven't seen her looking like this before. That could be an interesting thing to see. Alright, sometimes the only way to break a vicious cycle is to put your heart on the line. This one I think branches off the Witch. And I really don't know exactly what I'm supposed to do to get this one. There is something in the Witch's, gallery that says, make a peace offering with her. This is just my, out there theory as to how we make a peace offering. We can't just make a peace offering by saying, don't betray me, I won't betray you, which is what we tried before. My thought is maybe we bring the dagger down with us and, give the dagger to her so she can kill us. And, have everything even out. I don't know. I'm not doing that one right now. I'll think about it a little more. That kind of seems to be what that is aiming toward. And then there is the other Grey, the Fire Grey, who I haven't seen. I have seen the Water one. And I think that's just, you get it by killing the damsel. But I think the one I want to go for today is this one, which branches off the tower. I have seen the tower twice, in both my first and second playthroughs, and I got different endings with her, 2 different endings, and there's still a different ending that we haven't gotten, the one that leads to this. I'm very excited. The tower is my favorite. She's my hero. I love her very much. Alright, let's get started.
You're on a path.
Alright, we're gonna skip through all of this. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? By the way, there's a plumber here in my apartment doing some work, so if you can hear him, drilling in the background, sorry. I just wanted to get this episode out today. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending?
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end. I mean, maybe some people do. Nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm evil. You don't know me, narrator. Alright, let's just go.
You make your way up the shore.
Skip this. Alright, so the tower, we need to bring the knife and then try to free her and then not resist.
The interior of the cabin is almost entire. You take the blade from the table.
I like how we can just skip through all of this.
The door to the basement creaked.
Let's just continue down the stairs.
Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
Are you here
There's
to
a
kill
heavy
me or
chain
something?
around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Are you here to kill me or something? Let's go. We're speechless in her presence. We're leading up to the broken, so let's go like a nuh-uh.
Then drop the knife.
We should. It'll go a long way to building trust with her. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Let's drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Alright, a relationship? Are you coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
What's her name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
So, the first time I saw the tower, I said this, and as the tower, she was like, I liked what you said about ending the world, I think I'll do that. And I kind of like that flavor on the tower. If you don't, the second time I saw the tower, I didn't tell her that she was supposed to end the world because I thought it would lead to something different. But it did lead to the tower again, and she was just like, since I'm this powerful, maybe I should just end the world. But I like how the tower acts when you tell her this.
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
I was hoping you'd tell me.
Ending the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less.
How would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
Okay, we've talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
I'm getting you out of here.
Oh, you have to be kidding me.
Because we think she's pretty. That's the justification I'm going for in this one.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying
we've
to
seen
break
this.
them apart.
We'll look for the key.
Whoever locked the princess up.
I'll check upstairs.
I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement.
Let's return to the bottom of the stairs.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs.
Alright, let's save the princess.
Against
Yuck.
your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it, but she didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting. How is she so composed?
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Alright, let's approach the locked door. So the difference between this and the prisoner is that we don't resist the narrator when he takes us over.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
So there's our opportunity to warn her, but we're gonna slay the princess. We're not strong enough to resist.
You bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally. Okay. There's no going back now. Though the blade left a deep gash in her shoulder, she barely so much as flinches, turning around to stare at you incredulously.
Are you serious? I don't know what came over you, but if we're doing this, I guess I'll have to kill you. Do you think I need both of my arms to do that? I can beat you to death with one. But I don't have to tell you that. I'll go ahead and show you.
She's so powerful. I love her. Give up.
As the blade falls from your trembling hands, the princess rears back, readying a bone-shattering haymaker.
I just figured that since we didn't want to kill her in the first place, we might as well stop trying.
You fall to your knees, barely able to process the ringing in your ears before she hits you again. Every blow is as punishing as the first. You feel bones shatter with every impact, unknown ruptures blossoming with blood somewhere inside
Yeah,
of you.
she just beats us up. She doesn't even need the knife. It's awesome.
If we're lucky, the wound you manage to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she gets out.
Oh, too weak to even try fighting back. How disappointing.
She places a confident heel on your chest and pushes you down to the ground. Her knee falls to your throat, your windpipe crushed beneath a weight you didn't think her slight form could possibly possess. It can't just end like this, right? I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The tower. It's time.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
She's gonna kill me again.
Again? People don't die twice. You haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. What does it matter what he knows? There's nothing we can do to stop her. She's just going to kill us again.
There he is, my guy. My lovely... my lovely broken. He's so pathetic. I love it.
She is not going to kill you unless you let her. But slaying the princess and saving the world is going to be much more difficult than it has to be if you spend the whole time second-guessing yourself.
Why should I bother doing anything? Why should I listen to you?
Those are two very different... You died last time. Of course we died. She didn't feel pain. She didn't feel much of anything, did she? And she broke every bone in our body before she decided to let us die. What were we supposed to do to stop her then? What are we supposed to do to stop her now? It's pointless. She's just a princess. Slaying her shouldn't have been difficult, but congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question... What do you mean? Yes, if it's the latter. Do you think the people... If she ended the entire world, why should we even bother? We might as well just walk up to that cabin, break her chains and let her do whatever she wants. It's all the same in the end. Just because she's capable of ending the world doesn't mean you're not capable of slaying her. Both of those things can be true at the same time. So chin up. I believe in you.
Thank you, narrator. Let's talk
Just
about
be
her.
quick about it.
To quote you from last time around, she's just a princess. Why was she strong enough to beat me to death with her bare hands?
She is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head before you get to the cabin and you'll be fine. Or we could pledge ourselves to her and stop pretending that we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us.
He starts off defeatist, and then once he gets to the cabin, it morphs into something else.
Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge? I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic. You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included.
Alright, so we're gonna start off fighting against the Broken. What the Broken wants. We realize that she's actually pretty powerful since she was able to beat us to death with her bare hands. Maybe I shouldn't have chose that option because I could believe that she could end the world now. But we're gonna be like, she needs to die. She's too powerful. But she's gonna overpower us in the end.
Great. Now, if you don't mind,
Proceed.
a warning. She will lying, cheating. Why would she even bother? She didn't need to do anything like that last time. She caught us off guard last time. We'll be fine. Let's just keep our wits about us. At least one of you still has a shred of sense. Just make sure you listen to him, not that whiner.
Proceed.
If that's what you want, I guess I don't have a say here.
Such a sad sack.
The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Why do we feel so small? We don't feel small. We are small.
This whole cabin is different from last time.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
The hero didn't say very different this time. Weird. Mirror?
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's the altar, the blade sitting on the altar, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. Who cares if there's a mirror? We're all going to die anyway. And I'm sure that if we looked in there, we'd just see something sad and miserable looking back at us. We don't need any reminders of what we are. It would only make things worse.
God, I like the Broken because he's like my kind of guy, but at the same time, this coping mechanism is very much one that I recognize in myself. The very passive, like, this might as well happen. I'm just gonna not even try to make things better, you know? Ugh. It hurts. It hurts to see, but it's understandable to me.
For the last time, you're not going to die unless you let it happen. And luckily for you, there isn't a mirror, so no one needs to worry about confronting a grisly visage any time in the near future. Though, for what it's worth, if there were a mirror, I'm sure that you wouldn't find anything sad or miserable in it looking back at you. You probably look perfectly normal.
I like that the narrator is, trying to pep up the Broken.
Probably. Do you not know what we look like? He knows. He just doesn't have the heart to tell us.
I care about whether I'm being lied. How about it doesn't matter if there's a mirror?
But it does matter. Don't you care if we're being lied to? If he's willing to lie about something as innocuous as a mirror, what else is he hiding from us? I'm not lying to you.
Wow.
Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? Let you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done.
I've never seen that happen before. I always approach the mirror. I've never seen him just blink it out of existence.
But there was a mirror a second ago. We should count ourselves lucky. Some things are better left unseen.
Take the blade?
You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Enter.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease. This is actually kind of nice. It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
She's so cool.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her.
This is the part where the Broken shifts from being defeatist to being something else.
Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago, you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there. It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
Continue.
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond. The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall.
She's so beautiful.
The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants. You brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity. Drop it.
No. Tighten your grip.
As if on command, the
What?
blade slips from your grasp. It clatters uselessly to the floor.
Alright, yeah, we have to fight against her quite hard to try to kill her. And we're gonna try, but we're gonna fail, like I said.
But we didn't drop it. We decided to grip it tighter, remember? Are you really just going to let that happen to us? I have a duty to report facts as facts, and the fact is that you dropped the blade. Of course we dropped it. She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence.
He's in love.
Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
Kneel.
No.
Oh, are you still trying to defy me? I said kneel.
Your
Oof.
legs buckle and your knees hit the floor.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk? The last time we met, you told me I was destined to end the world. That thought wrapped itself around my heart. It has pulled at me since the moment I squeezed the life out of your broken lungs.
I like the tower because she has so much determination. She's so motivated. And I know that what she's motivated to do is awful, but I love to see this. She gets the seed of an idea in her head and she goes for it.
I could feel its fundamental truth awaken me. The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new. And the world as it is now is overdue for alterations. It's time for me to seize my destiny, and you, little bird, will help me seize it.
Well, that gives away the game, doesn't it? It certainly does. And beyond that, it more than lends credence to our conversation in the woods. I don't love the thought that in some other reality you failed to destroy her, but what's done is done. I can only hope it helped you learn a valuable lesson. You are the only one who can deal with her. And if you don't, well, she's let you know what will happen, hasn't she? Then you shouldn't have trusted us with her destruction. She is inevitable. Can't you feel it? He's being melodramatic, but he's not exactly wrong, is he? What are we supposed to do to stop her? Okay, first things first, you're going to have to stuff those pessimistic thoughts someplace far, far away and commit yourself to what needs to be done.
He uses this phrase a lot, and in fact, Black Tabby uses it a lot in general. There is a track on the Scarlet Hollow soundtrack called Someplace Far Away. I don't really know what the significance of this phrase is to Tony and Abby, but it clearly is. It clearly has some.
The stakes of the situation should be perfectly clear to everyone now. And if you're going to save the world, you have to have faith that you can pull this off. You can't win a battle that you've already lost in your mind.
I have questions for you before I decide to do anything.
Know the limits of your privilege, little bird. There's an empty place at my side for you to fill, if you'll have it. But it is not a place for an equal. It is a place for something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet.
I'm not going to try to reason with her anymore if she refuses to answer my questions. I'm not going to help you end the world. I don't care if something new comes after, I just can't let you do that.
I see. Perhaps you need another lesson in submitting to your betters. Pick up that needle.
Do it. It's what she wants. No objections here. I don't know what she's planning, and I don't like that we don't know what she's planning, but we might as well pick up the blade. As your eye falls on the blade, you feel a weight. Some divine hand that sits unperceived by your senses, but that manages to push you towards its desires like an unseen puppeteer.
Why? What are you going to try and make me do with it? I'm going to kill you. You're not kidding about that divine hand. Who's doing this? Is it her? Is it you? Or no? But we have no option. We have to pick up the blade.
You reach forward and grasp the blade.
Stand.
This one's easy. See? This isn't so bad.
The smile in his voice, I like it.
Okay, yeah. We can do that. We were probably going to stand anyway.
I hate you so much, all of you. Stop making me do things. I'm going to kneel here forever. Stand. No choice.
You can feel a creaking tension between body and will as you slowly rise to your feet, like two foes forced into an unhappy truce. The princess eyes you with soft contemplation. The moment seems to last a lifetime, the silent anticipation of what's to come dragging out the long, painful seconds. But all silences are broken eventually.
To defy me is to claim we stand on level ground. We do not. You are quiet shadow, while I am brilliant radiance.
She certainly is.
Take that knife in your hand and slit your throat.
What? You don't have to listen to her. You're armed. Just steel your nerves, step forward, and end this.
Oh, we'll end this all right.
Your hand lifts the blade and brings it towards your throat. Okay, I apologize for the unclear language. End her.
Alright. So, we can fight it, or we can slay ourselves. I fought it last time. And it takes a lot of effort to fight it. You know what? I'm going to save right here. I'm going to attempt to slay the princess, but it will take a few tries to do that, and eventually will fail.
Your body is sluggish and unresponsive, actively fighting against you, but you do your best to stagger forward. One step at a time, you move towards the princess.
Slitting your throat would have been a mercy, but it seems you're in need of a harsher lesson.
It did say in the memories that we do have to make an active attempt. We have to... It's hard to kill a god, there's no shame in failing, so we have to try, at least, before we die.
Plunge that knife into your lungs.
I'm sorry.
Don't... As you take another step forward, the blade digs into your ribs, slicing through flesh with ease. It somehow feels like an entirely natural thing to do, while the simple act of walking has become an arduous impossibility. Then it slides back out, the wound burning as a small hiss of air escapes through the fresh orifice. Blood fills your lungs.
Now, do it again. Keep doing it until I give you permission to stop.
Those are just words. You don't have to listen to her.
It's what she wants.
You, heroic one, what are you doing? Don't just let this happen. Stop him from killing you. I'm on it. Your other hand locks around your wrist, struggling to keep it from perforating vital organs. But the blade still flails towards you, managing to slice bits of skin that plop to the floor to join the growing pile of blood and gore beneath you. Despite the pain, you manage to keep yourself in one piece, at least for now.
What a pitiful display. A wounded little bird thinking it can defy a god. It doesn't have to be like this. It doesn't have to hurt so much. You can choose a gentle end. You can choose to leave that punctured vessel for the next.
Alright, at this point I think we're gonna give up. If we continue trying to slay her, the hero will kind of push back against the broken and make us move forward, and I'm sorry, it's still showing the knife plunging into our chest, but I think we've tried enough. I think we're giving in.
No, you can't just give in to her, not when the stakes are so high. Your body and its renegade hand freeze in place until you get a hold of yourself.
You're shaking. It's pointless to resist. In the end, everything submits to oblivion. But you're not the one resisting me, are you? There's something else in there. Is that a person? No, it used to be a person. It's something different now. An echo.
Is she talking about you? That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you? A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
I've never seen this before, her speaking to the narrator. Very cool. I know that when we submit to her, she makes the narrator shut up. I don't remember if she addresses him directly.
No. What are you talking about?
I don't care what you are. You're mine.
Oh, God.
You bring the blade to your neck. You slice through soft flesh, severing veins and arteries, your blood flowing freely down your body. It's a painful lesson in obedience, but the pain won't last forever. No.
When I see you again, you'll free me from my chains and deliver me to the destiny that lies beyond this place.
We will. I promise.
Yes, mistress. That's what he's saying there.
I know you will.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Oh, I love them talking in sync. The apotheosis. All right, we reached her.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path... Oh, let me guess. And at the end of the path is a cabin!
Oh, the contrarian. He is annoying. I don't like him so much. So the contrarian is like... I guess he's here because we tried so hard to push back against what the tower wanted. And the contrarian is here to make that easier for us, maybe?
Excuse me? Come on, man. We can see it right in front of us. And besides, we've been here like, 5 times already? I think this is 3. Who cares? The woods are always the worst part anyway. Nothing ever happens in them.
He's not wrong about that.
I care. Every single time you've been here, it means an entire other reality has been damned to oblivion. One reality is already an incalculable loss. And there is a massive difference between 3 and 5. Feels like the numbers getting thrown around here are too big not to be abstract. Numbers like 5. Numbers like entire realities. At the end of the day, it's all just silly, isn't it? None of us can count to a whole reality, and he's asking us to think about the difference between 3 and 5.
We're debating numbers? We're debating numbers right now?
You're already starting to lose the thread. Just because you can't personally sum up the contents of an entire reality doesn't mean that the people inhabiting it don't contain moral value. If you have any sense of ethics left in there, if you have any moral compass, please, you have to stop her.
Don't you get it? Might makes right, and she didn't even have to touch us last time to prove her power.
So what? Just because she made us kill ourselves, we're supposed to submit to her authority without question?
I knew when to surrender to our better. You would have lost eventually anyway, and it would only have made her angry. It would only have made things worse for all of us.
Oh, for the love of... Can you all please just get on with it? You're not making this any easier for yourselves. Do we even have agency right now? We either do what she wants, or we do what he wants. Either way, we're listening to somebody.
Gotta find a third option then.
Please, nothing in life is a binary. Obviously, we find a third choice that nobody wants.
Yeah, the contrarian, that's his entire shtick. The way we get the contrarian in the second act is to not save the princess, not slay her, but just not go to the cabin at all. And it's terrible. The stranger is like my least favorite princess because it's so boring, but I don't think there are even any Act 3s that branch off of her, but you know, the contrarian is there to find a choice that nobody else wants, so that's good. Hi, Chicory.
You all talk about choices and freedom, but there is no choice when it comes to the will of a god.
I'm going to cut you off right there. She is not a god, and the more times you fail, the harder it becomes for you to succeed. But the fact that you're still here means you still have a chance to pull this off. So, princess, dangerous, cabin, slay, now.
Okay, now hold on. I have so many questions.
And right now you have neither the time nor the mental acuity to handle a single response. It's now or never.
I'm not going to the cabin until I have answers. What am I?
As you finish your inane question, the ground quakes beneath your feet. You feel an unyielding force pulling at you and your surroundings. The trees start to sway and then crumble, breaking apart as everything is drawn towards the cabin. Even the earth beneath you seems to shift, your feet unable to grip solid ground as you're dragged forward along with everything else.
The end of everything. The beginning of something new. The moment we open that door, she will be free.
Any, words of warning? You already know everything you need to know.
Proceed.
As you step forward,
Oh.
the cabin explodes. You're flung backwards, violently slamming into a tree as debris rains down around you.
Witness your better's ascension.
You watch in paralyzed awe and terror as the princess emerges, her body unfurling from some vast space as she stands upright to face you.
She's so cool, and this music is sick. I don't know why the tower, the branches of the tower are the Fury and the Apotheosis, and those two have some of the best themes on the entire track. I don't know what it is about the tower. There's nothing I don't love about her. Oh my god. And this animation, it's all so cool. Oh my god. Oh.
The world bows to her. The ruined landscape shifts, trees and stone and the ground itself succumbing to her gravity, orbiting her like a great black hole.
Finally, the little bird has set me free. This is always how it was going to end. And this is always how it was going to begin.
There's a loud thunk from the tree behind you as something embeds in its shattered bark. Your pristine blade. It's now or never.
Hey, funny one. Didn't you say something about a third option earlier? One that would make everyone unhappy?
Well, we could always run away, right? To where? I don't know. Anywhere.
You're all ruining the moment of her ascension. Have you no respect for the divine?
Take the blade, embrace your new goddess, or flee. I'm too entranced by her. Let the woman ascend. Come on, embrace your new goddess.
Alright, spiting him it is. You don't know what you're doing. That's half the fun.
Fill the empty seat by my side. Join me for a new dawn.
You fool. You can feel the pull of her gravity catch you, carrying you from the ground into the violent swirl of her orbit.
Come to me.
She's so pretty.
Her words are like a gentle tug, drawing you closer to the mountain of her body. You land softly on her shoulder. Her skin is warm and comforting. This really is the end. Is it the end? We're still here.
Oh, that's so pretty. The night sky unweaves into a textured nothingness. He does not respond.
Everything is gone. Us and her. This is her power. This is where we're meant to be.
He's really gone. Huh, that's unexpected. But he would have said something by now if he were still here. Right? Yeah. Never knew when to shut up, that one. It's part of why I liked him so much. I can't believe all it took to make him disappear was saying no once.
Okay, the Contrarian is kind of funny, I will admit. I found him annoying when I played The Stranger, and in all the other chapters where every single voice shows up, I found the Contrarian the most annoying, but he's kind of funny in this one.
What happens now?
This world is but an illusion, keeping us from my ascension. A play of shadows dancing on the wall.
The princess reaches forward into the textured nothing and buries her fingers into its divine flesh. Her touch is soft.
The flame may be snuffed, but the wall remains. This isn't just for my glory. You are a part of this now.
See? This is nice. We're safe. She's helping us. She's helping everyone.
Her grip tightens and somehow you feel it. The pain sits at the limits of your comprehension, like an endless sea of hands falling on you one after another, before finally collapsing in on themselves. You lose yourself in the darkness. Oh my god, are we getting like an early end? You're hurting me.
It will be over soon, little bird. And then your eyes will open, and all of this pain will seem but the fading memory of a distant dream.
Soon? Soon? Does that mean there's gonna be more? My only comfort is that he isn't here to see us suffer. He would love that, wouldn't he?
Ugh. The textured nothing is ripped open, and with it you are ripped open. Amid a sea of dissociative pain, you can feel everything that is you pouring out into the ether. And you feel something else too. Anger. A need to lash out and hurt that which is hurting you.
Yes. Hurt her. Do something, anything, to make it stop.
No. If suffering is what she demands of us, suffering is what we'll give. Why would I doubt our God?
It is so tempting to see what's on the other side of that great big nothing, but I think I'm gonna lose myself if this goes on for much longer. Why do we have to be the ones going through all this pain while she gets all the benefits?
Blasphemer. We have been given the gift of offering ourselves to a higher purpose, and you spit in its face.
Suffer in the darkness alone. Like, we just started a new playthrough. If this leads to like an early ending, then this is the time to see it. I'm really curious. Just like the Contrarian said, it's really tempting to want to see what's at the other side. Let's suffer alone. You continue to lose important pieces of yourself. The memories of entire lifetimes lived fade away into a space where your only recollection of them is that something used to be there. You die and are reborn, and die and are reborn, shrinking and shrinking again and again until there is no you left to die or shrink.
You've done so well, little bird. Behold, the fruit of your anguish.
Eyes open. Are they yours? They don't feel like yours anymore, but there is no other word to describe what they belong to.
Where are we? Does it even matter? Here, there, it's all the same.
You're all starting to sound like me.
Good boys, all of them. Oh, wow. Okay, so this track, the Apotheosis, this is the same one that played at the very end of our last playthrough, where she and I, the Shifting Mound and the Long Quiet, left to see this world together. This is the song of the outside world, I think, with the princess in it. Your vision refocuses, revealing what has been done. The world has opened up, and beyond is something beautiful.
Oh. What is that? I think I want to be there.
It's where we're supposed to be.
Can we come back if we go there? I don't want to go there if it means we can't come back.
The princess steps forward, bringing you both to the edge of the something beautiful. It is dizzyingly vast. But neither of you cross the threshold. There is a roaring like underground thunder. She is stopped in place.
Were we supposed to stop? I don't think this is over.
After everything I cast aside on my path to ascension, what remnant of the old could possibly be left to defy me?
Oh, you look down. At the princess's feet rises a shifting mound of massive hands clambering over each other, crawling their way up her body. They start to pull. Look at us perched on her shoulder.
No!
The mound becomes a sea, and the princess struggles to stay afloat, to keep the two of you close to the hole in the world and the light of the something beautiful beyond. But she is drowning. As the sea rises, she pulls you from her shoulder and holds you above the tide. You turn back to look at her.
We have to be able to do something to help her. This can't be how it ends. It can't. It can't. It can't. It can't.
I think this is the end. I can feel every part of me freezing over.
Alright, so it's not a alternate ending, it's just... It's kind of like, what was it? The Wild, but it was the networked Wild. It's like we saw a glimpse of the other side with her, but then she still was subsumed. Hands reach over hands, pulling at her face, dragging her down into their frigid depths. She is tired and life fades from her eyes.
You have been the only thing I've ever known to show me grace. I am sorry if I have not shown you the same.
Oh. The princess summons the last of her strength, her face a shield of purpose and determination. In her final act, she hurls you toward the hole in the world, towards the something beautiful beyond.
Fly, little bird.
No. No. I don't want to be somewhere she isn't. It would always be dark without her.
It's what she wants for us. But can we make it?
Can we?
Of course we can. We can do whatever we want. And I believe in her.
Aww. But the hole seals before you can make it to the other side. If there is a time to bask in what lies beyond, it is not now. As you turn to look back at her, you see that she is gone. Something is taken away and it's left something else in her place.
And there's that mirror again. Why is it
Grace.
here? Why now?
Receive grace from a divine being. That's a gold-rimmed achievement. Maybe it's a pristine cut achievement, or maybe a lot of people just don't do that. Go to the ends of the earth to make the apotheosis apologize, I guess. The narrator is gone. He's been gone for a while. I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror.
There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should. No. Don't do that.
I don't want to look at us.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
The mirror never scared you before.
It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
You approach the mirror. It's you. Proceed. What you gonna look like? It's just your head. You're at the cabin.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
The gift of a fragile vessel?
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own.
This one sits at the cusp of awakening, a new god waiting to be born. She will make for a terrifying and divine heart. Do not mourn her, for she has finally found her light.
Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
What happens if we attack it? I've never done that before. Your wheel cuts across the entity in front of you, but nothing happens.
My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight. We cannot harm each other as we are now.
What happens now?
Nothing, as we are.
I'm gonna skip this. I was sent to slay the princess to help her from destroying the world. Stop her. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
It's always difficult to remember what I have and haven't asked her before. You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
Okay, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark and you die. Ooh. Oh, I love the apotheosis.
You're on a path.
I love her a lot. Ooh. She might be my new favorite princess. Like, let's look at those memories we got of her. These are some beautiful, beautiful art. Oh my god. Wow. Alright. I really like the Apotheosis and the Tower. They're my two favorites. I love them a lot. So yeah. Let's see. What else do we have? We have this one, Eye of the Needle. I think it is. I don't really know what the significance of that name is. Is it like fitting a camel through the eye of the needle? That's about like Eat the Rich kind of thing. I don't know what that has to do with this, but the specter thing, the den, the thorn, and the gray. Huh, I was really convinced that that was going to be like an alternate ending, but no, it was just a cool look into the outer limits of this world, just like the Networked Wild. Very cool. I like that a lot. Alright, and I will decide which third act princess I will attempt to find next time. I'll figure that out. Until then, I have been Mars, and I will be back with more Slay the Princess.